at home relaxed in Enugu State as Governor Mba monitors opening of markets, banks, schools, and others. It was relatively a beehive of activists as the Governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, toured various parts of the state capital on Monday to monitor compliance with the ban on the illegal sit-at-home declared by some non-state actors in the southeast region. This was even as Enugu traders and residents told the governor that they were tired of sitting at home, describing it as a plague killing their businesses and household economies. While commending the level of compliance in most places, visited Mba, who was at the Spa Mall, visited most of the stores that are in there, and several schools among others. He warned the traders who continue to sit at home from Monday the 24th of July that they stood to lose their shops to serious-minded businessmen. He said adequate security had been provided, observing that there had not been any incident of attack since the ban on the sit-at-home in June. Mba, who took time to interact with business owners, shoppers, traders, as well as civil servants at the secretariat, said it should never be heard that we were cowed because of the threat of violence by these criminals, noting that the poverty will befall us before sitting at home will kill us even faster. To the traders and those in other markets, he warned that locking shops on Monday will no longer be condoned. Well, hopefully you'd see what the people do, because at the meeting with the Ogbete Traders, president of Enugu State Amalgamated Traders Association, Comrade Stephen Aniagu, agreed to commence full business, saying all shops would be open from next Monday. Also, the leader of Agbakwa Nike Market, Bernard Anike, also assured the governor that they had since started complying with the ban of sit at home. Actually finding that quite confusing. But anyways, if security is fine, monitored, at the end of the day, people need to know that they're going to be safe. But then it will become a clash of who would be listened to. Is it going to be IPOB or is it going to be the state? And obviously, for economic reasons, the sit-at-home definitely has an impact, for sure. But I don't think the impact is well directed to what the intentions of IPOB is, because they're trying to get at the government. And so I don't think the sit-at-home order in the southeast alone is enough and effective, because what it is as a solution is, what the governor has said, to provide security, because that's why a lot of people were threatening not to come out. So first of all, this will also test the strength of what the IPOB followers believe in, because if they truly believe that this is for Nnamdi Kanu, for whatever the reason is, who would ultimately be obeyed? That's what we're going to get into, and we'll see what will happen on the next few Mondays. But I also think that I think it's a mix of so many things happening, because there is unrest in the southeast. It is directly just linked to IPOB, and that is not the case. So it all looks like the Igbos are just fighting themselves and hurting themselves, which obviously, if anything, no other region in the country would relate to that, because they are the ones hurting their own, if that makes sense. But it gets very confusing when Igbos are just already stereotyped, already prejudiced against. There's intentional narratives that are being spread negatively about Igbos. So, those that are committing crime in the southeast where they're from, We don't know, but it's happening in the Southeast, so it's assumed it's happening to themselves. And then you have IPOB that's also accused of being a violent terrorist organization, slapped into that. And then the motives of, IPOB, which is basically for the leader to be released, is put in the mix as well. So everything becomes very, in a way, scary because, everything becomes so scary, in my opinion. It becomes so scary because now at the ports it's found that arms from ordered from America has been ordered into the country. People have been detained because it's a lot of firearm and ammunition. And guess what? It is now alleged that it's to the Southeast, that the delivery was meant to be for the Southeast region of the country. And still, that's what has been said, but there is no evidence to show that it is actually for the Southeast. Who in the Southeast ordered it? For what? For nothing. So the narratives, listen, the media is working hard and the government is working hard to really frustrate, obviously, the purpose of IPOB, but also Igbos in general itself, which obviously ties to IPOB when you look at the historical context as to why the group exists in the first place. So it is actually a lot to discuss. But as I said, the Enugu governor assuring and basically, encouraging traders to come back into market basically shows, and we will see who would finally be obeyed and how strong and effective the moves are by IPOB itself and also those that are complying to the sit-at-home order. Put what I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.